My name's Travis McGaha. I'm with the All Clear Firefighter Health and Wellness podcast and also the North Carolina Firefighter Cancer Alliance. I learned about Alpha-Stim through the company that handles our physicals at the fire department that I work at. I'd been struggling with some sleep issues, insomnia. A lot of it stemmed from, just general stress, but more importantly, I had an injury to my shoulder that had been causing issue. And when I was discussing it with the doctor, she talked about Alpha-Stim. And it seemed kind of like an interesting concept. She explained it as a device that helps, treat certain issues, and one of them being insomnia, and that it was very common practice where she was from out in Arizona. So I did a little bit of research, talked with some friends of mine who are practitioners of mental health, and turns out one of them was using Alpha-Stim with a lot of her patients. And she was talking about the benefits of it. So I reached out to Alpha-Stim and said, "Hey, this sounds like a good thing. Does it really work?" Well, it really does work. So I have been using the Alpha-Stim now for quite a while on a very regular basis, using it to help treat my insomnia that, like I said, a lot of it came from being unable to sleep because of an injured shoulder. But the thing that's really interesting about it is how quickly I was able to see progress. I use a fitness tracker ring to kind of monitor my sleep and things like that. I had noticed that my sleep patterns were shifting more toward a restful sleep. I was getting better sleep. I also noticed that I felt less tired in the mornings. And I know that seems kind of weird, but honestly, the more I used the device, the better I saw the results. At first, I was using it daily, and now I use it a couple of times a week, particularly as needed when I know that I've had a rough day or I'm not feeling real great. The Alpha-Stim itself was simple to use. It took a few minutes to learn how to set it up and how to use it. But honestly, the people at Alpha-Stim just have been spectacular when it comes to the support that we were able to get. They helped me figure out a couple of issues that I had. Hey, try this instead of how you're doing it. And, their recommendations really helped. It works really well. And I can see this as something that would be very beneficial to first responders, not just in the fire service like me, but, whether it be police, EMS, even veterans. I know that was a big group that I have heard a lot of positive feedback from. I've done a lot of research on dealing with these things and the impacts that lack of sleep among first responders, particularly the fire service, how it can affect you from anything from, cancer resiliency all the way over to just feeling crummy in the mornings. This is truly a game changer when it comes to dealing with insomnia and the disrupted sleep. I can't say enough for it. And I would like to say that Alpha-Stim really has a very good hand in helping first responders.